place. 7-2-1 may have in that 6th place. 7-2-1 may have finally met their match in the arena, as there's only Joker to get knocked here. Looks like they're going to be able to put that one back together. Mormon steps forward, has got the spray down for the backup with his teammates. Wow. Okay, that was way too dangerous for my liking. Now they need to get the reses on pretty quickly because Arena have to move.
I mean, that was pretty intense, dude. Very, very intense. Almost was disastrous for them. Furia moving up over towards the remnants of Ida. Good shots coming through from Darkin. Emre is down. Darkin trying to keep it all together. Finds 2, but it's not enough.
Furia able to roll over the spot, but at what cost? They do jump up into 6th. They are flagging now, though, and S2G are over the hill. Their chance to put more points on the board as they get their position on the east side. A big flex out for them. Pandem as well on the southwest edge. Looking to try and hamper Arena as they leave the spot to crash in towards Etch, of all teams, in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Etch is just trying to get themselves out from that bottom side of the tables. S2G clean up Furia. Now, the huge thing here is now the tables get so incredibly tight for the top 6. You're 28, 29, 32, 35. It's all possible on that next game, even for 721. Voin is also going to post up some big points here, potentially, from this south side. The last game is going to be monumentally difficult.
It's so close on these tables. I mean, even on the 11th, on the 14th place bubble, it's going to be a tough go of it, right? Because you're talking about ones of points between these teams.
Yeah.
Even if that's the case, right? You're talking tiebreakers at this stage to see who's going to be able to jump through. S2G have elevated themselves here, Blank, out of 15th place. They are into 14th. And they will be jumping up further as well. The question is how far. Of course, the placement points guaranteed to them when they finish their game will guarantee to push them further. But the question is how far. With 5 elims, an eastern side flank onto the majority of this lobby, they could go far.
They could. I mean, it's a hard one, man. Our format right now is like riding a unicycle through a barbed line tunnel, trying to get towards that top 6. I do really feel for the players in this situation, but you got to give it your all here. It's the only way. For Voin, they're still looking strong on that south side, but S2G, it's been a good performance so far. Mormon, great nade over towards the guys on Pandem. They are looking battered and bruised, but they immediately went for the res, and Mormon just has to post another one. It's the easiest second nade of his life.
And he looks for more as well. Gets a knock, gets another point, and Pandem cannot find their feet here in the solo scrap out. More nades still in the pocket for Mormons, and he wants to post them over. Not quite connecting, just into the buggy in time. He may be running dry now on the nades, though. Doesn't have any more in the pocket. Has to try and burn out the ridgeline. Pandem try and divert. Etch now up to bat against Pandem. Playing as 3.
They've left the building, though.
They have left the building. They've flexed out. They've pushed up. They were trying to third party. And the internal team now has to deal with it. The first knock is good, though, and a lot of damage done besides. Speed nades in through the corridor, tries to bounce it, looks good for the knock, but he gets the flush instead. The long range, but there's a player behind him. They need to be worried about him on the inside. Oh no, he's given them the turnaround. And the solo now for Pandem may have opened up Etch.
Dimsy looking to make this happen. Fajita goes incredibly low. Dimsy's going to go for the first aid kit at the same time as Fajita. He'll hit his first and can peek first. Moves over towards the backside, towards the paneling. Tries to get towards the top of the stairs here on the decking. But Fajita in a troubling spot now. For Etch, they made a classic mistake. Left the building whilst all the players were still in vehicles. But very quick decision making from Pandem. You've got to give them that.
They made that choice and they're going to stick to it. Fajita on the door frame, though, puts them out of their misery. And I mean, this is the best spot we've seen from Etch for a while, as Voinchikari now try to step up, but they've got Reefus to handle. They'll be able to do it. Another team falls, and another set of placement points adding to that tally of Voinchikari.
But still, 3 points there for the guys over on Aurora Gaming in terms of placements. Reefus gets them far into that game. Etch stays alive, and it looks like Voin's going to take it all. And for a team that was looking a little bit worse for wear on the tables, they had not many points at the start of the day. This is a real turnaround.
Points now at a premium for S2G on 7 elims. A chicken dinner getting a 17 to 20 point game would put them in the running going into the final match for a 6th place spot. And I mean, it just goes to show how volatile this one-day format is for these qualification spots. It's very likely that they've already done enough to solidify their position out of the bubble on the bottom side, but how much further can they go? Voinchikari as well, looking to try and jump up into that 6th place spot.
Yeah, what else can they grab here? For S2G, the way they're lining themselves up, they've got an MG3 as well, which is nice. But for S2G, the way that they're lining themselves up, it looks very much like they're trying to set themselves up for a big endgame win.
What you need to be doing, Voinchikari try and step out and immediately lost. Sends him to the belt.
They've got 2 loot crates, man. I mean, this is S2G games to lose.
It's going central on this next circle. It's closing already. It's going to push everyone out into the open. These buildings will have to be vacated. Fajita proving to be a bit of a thorn in the side here and potentially ruining the day coming on through with a big knock around the door frame. Now they have to step forwards. Are they not going to commit for the res? I don't think they are. They don't feel like they have time. He's going to get flushed away. The nade not connecting. And there's another angle as S2G roll in. Etch may have been able to snaggle a 2nd place out of this if he plays it well, but he's on the door frame. There's 1, and Etch nearly finds a 2nd as well. Voinchikari now will fall down, and S2G don't need that lineup. They march forward, and they take a crucially timed chicken dinner.
Like we were saying, Soul K, give him time to think, give him time to prosper here on Miramar, and he'll...
What is happening? What is going on today? This is absolute madness. First off, okay, before we get into all that, gotta give the props to S2G, man. I mean, whoa, talk about last minute clutch. I know their owner is doing a little viewer party here, and he absolutely popped off with that win, and I completely understand why.
We were wondering if it was going to be Alpha 7. It was a team that was in the bottom 2, Max.
No.
Being able to just push themselves all the way up now in contention to make it to top 6.
Where was this S2G on the first 4 games of today? As you say here, Otrix, it's about time, because this was literally such a good executed game too there. The 3-1 split on a northern eastern compound outside of Impala. They get pushed upon by Hora, and they regroup onto that defense and actually just shut down Hora pretty much instantly. It did not even look like a fight, in my opinion. And then even a third party over to the eastern side, 7 from S2G onto Furia. They're looking so confident, looking to be so aggressive, and the timing is so strong too. So, I mean, yeah, this game alone at least here, 7, does make sure they're not going to be in the bottom 2 after that last Miramar.
They're still going to have a chance to either go to survival or maybe end up in the top 6, because honestly, once we end up seeing that overall, due to teams performing so well today, they just have compacted that leaderboard so much, and I can't wait to see how much compacted it's actually going to be. How many points? Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be 2?
I mean, look at these replays. We just saw more. With all the nades, he just destroyed all of Pandem with like 4 or 5 grenades in a row. It's crazy moments.
Ajil. Ayo boy. Pedin. Berdua guys. 2 1 lagi. Waduh. Nice. Mati sana boy. Kau belakang boy. Ten. Absen, Cok.
As you can see, the final blow, they'd love to be able to hear some player comms, but oh, what craziness. And I gotta give some love to Etch as well, man. Those guys fighting for their lives towards the end there with that shotgun, just trying to keep their tournament hopes still in the game, right?
But actually a very big mistake from Etch this game, I think, which is they had a strong compound, kind of also protecting Reefus in the meantime. It was very interesting, that dynamic. But then they sent it to the western side, looking to be aggressive on Pandem, and Pandem are like, if you're fighting us, your compound is free. So we're going to go for a quick pivot and try and snatch it away for ourselves. And actually, it kind of disrupted the entire game plan of Etch. So I feel like they took it a little bit too aggressive here, and they missed out on what could have been a very strong podium finish.
Yeah, crazy strong podium finish indeed here. But man, I'll tell you one thing as well. One team that was starting off very, very slow and suddenly started really heading off for the races here. It's got to be 7-2-1 here, 7.
Yeah, well, we're giving credit there to Edge. We got to give credit to 7-2-1 because, my goodness, that defense that they had on board was absolutely spectacular. Not only that, I think it was Rehan that was able to get 2 players with that DBS, and they just shut down the push from Bohr so quick that I don't even think Bohr was expecting it to happen. It was just in the blink of an eye, and 7-2-1 was on top.
We didn't know we queued for TDM. That was really quick. What's going on? But no, especially the fact that Bohr went out. They were the cutoff team, right? In sixth position. They went out, followed up by then Go, and then who was remaining there? It was Furia. They got actually a decently strong finish there at the very end. So maybe Furia could be looking to make a final jump in the top 6 and be the one team from Brazil to be in top 6, which we wouldn't expect.
I mean, they are the champions.
Yeah. I mean, it can totally happen. I mean, they got that clutch factor in them. We've seen it before, right? And one game to really rule them all here at this end game. It's actually absolutely wild. And I wish there was some cameras on us during that Bohr fight, because all of a sudden, the whole entire lobby just started, like, there was players laughing, cracking up. We were like, what's going on here? And just, I mean, a crazy reaction, especially when you're on that cutoff. We're going into the last game here, guys. And we got to talk about it. Alpha 7, right? These guys are so far down the leaderboards. Why am I a little scared, 7? Why am I just a little bit nervous? I don't like this. I don't like
something that we haven't taken into consideration.
What?
It's a previous rivalry that happened before.
Oh my goodness.
Not S2G versus Alpha 7, but what's one team? I'm gonna test you on this. I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's one team that had a rivalry with Alpha 7 in the past? It starts with an H.
What, Horror?
Yes, sir.
Oh, back in PMWC last year. Oh, that one.
Sir.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And that's a team, Horror Esports, is a team that's currently in the top 6.
Oh,
and
no.
we've seen it in the past. Usually this happens in the final day. And this, even though it is the first day of PMGO Season 1, it is the final day for Group A. And I'm expecting some people to just throw a little bit of a BM.
No one's going to let that go if you go from world champion to bottom 2 of your group, right?
Brother.
That is going to be held against him for the longest time, and that's going to be some good meme material for S2G.
Dude, well, I mean,
I was talking about Dynasty at the beginning of the show. I was talking about them maybe
they're going for
becoming
the triple crown.
It is
best
a dynasty,
team
but a bad one.
ever. All right.
No, hey, settle down. Settle down here, guys. You know what? You make a crazy point there, 7, right? Because, I mean, if you're going to go and you have so much money on the line here, you got the Esports World Cup right around the corner, right? If you can do something to get the championship team out here now, right?
Oh, wait.
You're thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking if Loops do well in the other group, and we do see Fury make it here, they
Alpha
drop
7.
down. There's only 2 slots for Americas. We don't have Alpha 7 at PMWC.
Goodness.
Ooh.
No defending champion? Ooh.
I got goosebumps. I can't lie. I got goosebumps there.
At least we have Yangon, so that's
a
something.
positive. If they... Are they going to get...
They already
It almost
invited.
feels,
Oh,
this
okay,
is,
okay,
I feel
okay.
like we're just talking dirty. This doesn't feel right. I mean, that's absolute crazy.
I like that we both clicked on that too. I was
Neuron
like, Alpha
activated.
7 might not even make it to PMWC. Interesting.
Unreal, guys. This is where it all comes down to. I mean, this new format, I love it. I gotta say, this is just straight chaos here at this moment. I love to see it.
Now, the reason why you love to see it is because it's freaking mayhem.
That's
and we love
right.
mayhem. That's exactly why.
Oh, man, absolute mayhem here. Of course, we're live in Jakarta, Indonesia, going into that last match of Miramar. But you know what? We'll be right back after this short break.
Allu'da tanımıyorum. GK. Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum. GK. GK. Ele ya. Oi rapaziada, eu sou o Rivo, sou jogador da Facet Sports.
E aí galera, sou o Carrilho, jogador da Facet.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Keç.
Ben de Scarface.
Hello, aku Regi.
Hello, aku Rezak.
Hello, I'm Falak from Team 4 Tribes.
Hi guys, I'm IQ from Team 4 Tribes and today we are doing PMGO Season 1 main event prediction.
Chimpando. Vamos começar assim já?
Iluminado, acho que é demais.
Ô galera, lembrando que eu torço pra todo mundo.
X-Force Leader.
Oh di sini lah ya. Sorry.
Which team is this? I don't know about them as well, so I will just put them there. No head, guys.
Fortrice top 3 yapar diyorum.
Yapar kesin yapar. Orti King. Kasih. Kir.
I know about them. They are a very noob team. Place them where 40 noob.
Gaming Stars. Ben top 5 top 6
Hemen
düşünüyorum.
senin için yerleri değiştireyim mi? Hemen yerleri değiştiriyorum şuraya.
Top 3. Rapaz, tem time, viu? Tem time ainda, viu?
PMGO Next team is all. I think they are really a good team, so I will just put them there.
Bana uf geldi. Hemen ortaya şuraya eğlensem mi acaba?
Şunları ele sen koy onu.
Bigetron. Vitality.
Vitality gibi oldu. Bigetron.
Yazıyor. Aqui? É. Certeza? Não, coloca mais em cima, Fight'tan da kaçmıyor.
Bence top 5. Top 6 yani şuralara geliyor.
I got Aurora Gaming 100% champion material.
Tamo junto.
Oops. Mana? Sini.
Allı'da tanımıyorum.
GK.
Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum.
GK.
GK. Ele ya.
5 more eliminated. Maybe one can be Etish.
I think we will choose the teams we don't know much about them. So I think
Etish. Wolves भी है वैसे.
7 वो Lila udah ada. Berapa lagi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ya, done.
Sebenarnya bisa aja ini bisa nih taruh di sini tapi sama ini juga bisa nih. Ah tapi enggak.
Takımın kesinlikle gidebileceğini düşünüyorum. Tanımıyorum. O yüzden eliyorum. Yani Allah'ı hiç tanımıyorum, o yüzden eliyorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. takım nerede abi?
Onlar
Buradaymış. Orada direkt buraya koyalım.
Onlar
böyle.
kendinden elendi zaten. Fortree'yi de 3'e koymamızın sebebi yani güçlü bir takım. Sonuçta onlar da şampiyon olarak geliyorlar.
हाँ we are just noob team.
Yeah.
अबे हमें आई थी चाहिए था सबको eliminated में था.
मेरे को ऐसा अच्छी teams को elimination में डालते हैं.
Quem vai ficar top 1 é a 7, top 2 a Aurora, top 3 o LF, justo. Acho que a FL briga pelo top 3, Lux pode brigar pelo top 3, Fúria também pode brigar 4T. É brincadeira aqui os parceiros da R8, da VC, da Enigma. Tamo junto, viu? Eu tô só brincando com vocês. Mas vocês devem pra cima também, pode vir.
Oke, jadi inilah prediksi versi kita.
We just rank these teams based on our knowledge, so don't get mad.
İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederiz. E eu desejo muita sorte pra todo mundo que vai jogar essa PMGO.
Bye bye.
A no-name kid in a high-risk drop, a street food vendor with a victory dream. A midnight warrior looting in the dark. The fuel is passion pushing through the blue. We scan the path of the edge of the gas. A million stories in a single squad. No royal blood, just a drive to our last. The skill, the nerve to on the final gas.
And we're back getting ready for the last match here for Group A, the Group of Death. And we got some crazy squads at the bottom of the leaderboards that have contention of possibly being eliminated right here, right now. 6 teams are going to be moving on over to those grand finals. Now, Hopefully we'll get the overall leaderboard soon so we can really break it down. But when it comes to those overalls, just kind of looking at some of those numbers and crunching them, I think we may have top 4 or 5 teams pretty much locked at this point, right? So, I mean, if you're looking to go to the grand finals and you're one of those mid-pack teams on down, there's pretty much only like 1 slot available. So, I mean, just how crazy is this last match going to be?
It's going to be hectic. So many teams are going to get so desperate because I think we both agree, right? Top 5 locked in right now. And we saw Boar were holding that point threshold, that entry point to top 6, go out early to 7-2-1, then go overtake it. They go out, then Fury overtake it. Are they still in top 6? I really don't know. Actually, you were theorizing just now, Seven, that maybe S2G could be in top 6, or at least close.
I think with that performance, honestly, I would be surprised if they are not in top 6 because of just of how compact. I know I've said this multiple times, and I feel like I sound like a broken record, but it's just the way that this format kind of allows things. It's just of how compact everything is. One good performance like that can send you from being in 15th place all the way up to top 6.
Imagine you're bottom 2 and you qualify.
That's
like,
crazy.
How do we get here?
It's unreal. I mean, it's unreal. And this is the craziness of just 6 matches all by itself, right? Now, you see all that crazy chaos coming into play here, okay? What do you think what's going through the mind of Alpha 7 here, right? Do you play your normal game? You have to kind of adapt, obviously, and we know they can adapt, right? Do you think they're going to kind of go more aggressive off the rip, slow things down? What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're the Alpha 7 guy.
Oh, no, actually, I am usually the Alpha 7 guy. I want to know what you think what Alpha 7 is going to do.
Oh. If I were them, genuinely, I would just try and make it to the late game, low eliminations, just avoid bottom 2. I would give up on top 6, avoid bottom 2.
I mean,
that should be your main focus.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
But there is that back of their heads that they know absolutely nobody likes Alpha 7 usually, and everybody wants to have beef with Alpha 7. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing some team hunting Alpha 7 and say, hey, remember those 2025 PMGC champions? Guess what? We knocked them out of the first global event in 2026. I feel like that's pretty good bragging rights.
What if S2G and Horo just like, let's go El Pozzo?
But the thing is, S2G is still trying to qualify. Even if they are in top 6, they're barely going to be within that threshold. So I don't really have them in contention to be one of those teams that tries to hunt down Alpha 7. I do have Hora in contention to being one of those teams that tries to hunt down Alpha 7 and just sends a nice little reminder of who's the top dog.
The boss since PMWC. Could be happening, really. I mean, S2G was just more of a meme, really. I would enjoy it for what
I would love it. I would
on
love
Instagram,
it.
or the memes would be just like S+ tier, chef's
We're going
kiss.
to be seeing trash bags all over the place.
Yeah, because we know where they drop, right? El Pozzo. And I do want to say this last game on Miramar, the circle was very unkind to them. Very eastern. They dropped to the western side. They're trying to go for that wide northern rotation. Very late to make it into the zone and instantly get gate kept. But unfortunately, we're running out of excuses for Alpha 7. That even if you do get a bad circle, this is a team that, as we said, they're the world champions of PMGC in 2025. A bad circle is not good enough of an excuse for them to be in the bottom 2.
Okay, now, I was talking to you earlier, right? I was like, man, being bottom 2 in this tournament's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And you did tell me, right, that to be bottom 2, you got to have a really, really rough time. It's like, there's no way we're going to see a top team ever down there, right? And we actually have that possibility right here, which is wild. Personally, what I'm going to be looking for when it comes to this game here, if we do have a good El Pozo playing path, and if they don't drop in El Pozo, then I know for sure Alpha 7 are in their heads, and they're going to be mixing some things up. But you know what? Okay. We'll just wait to see what happens when it comes to A7. Let's talk about some other squads, okay? One team I know you really want to talk about in that mid-pack that's going to be really hunting to get those eliminations here, right? It's going to be Voin, right?
Yeah, I mean, very reliant on placement points. They've got 2 second places back-to-back, one of those being on Erangel, next to Potato Hill, and now we have this one happening right on the outskirts of Impala, getting the second place, but a lot more eliminations. They were just so passive in the past. They showed a bit of a resurgence, a bit of a showcase of what they can do fragging-wise, and this is the mindset change that I think could be enough to put them up in that top 6, especially when Goat went out early, Balls went out early, Fury didn't get a massive game this time around, so I think it's going to be maybe Voin competing directly with S2G for that final top 6 position.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I respect it.
Any other Squad 7 in particular, do you think that could surprise us here in this last one?
Surprises either good or in a bad way. I feel like Boar throughout the whole day, they have been that team that has been in contention there for that 5th, that 6th, that 7th place, and you just don't know what they're going to end up doing. You honestly can't tell. If you were to tell me that team's going to end up qualifying, I would believe you. If you're going to end up telling me that team's going to end up going to survival chance, I will believe you as well, because they're just not having a crazy, insane performance. They're doing what they need to, but in this last match, they need to get that little extra oomph to get them over the edge and make sure they stay within the top 6.
I mean, actually, it's very important for Boars to qualify for the finals because they need to be top 4, while the other squad that qualified first place from Western Europe, if they don't make it to the finals, that's their single opportunity to qualify for PMWC. If they don't make it in top 4, PMWC for Boar, it's completely out of the question, which a roster of this caliber from Western Europe, you would expect them to qualify, but that might just be the opportunity for them to miss out on one of the biggest events of 2026.
Man, I'm really wondering how this last game's going to go, guys. I'm wondering if we're just going to see that kind of craziness last match that we've seen in other tournaments in the past where just teams just start going bananas and we only got like 20 people in circle number 5. Like, or do we see everybody just turtle up, right?
Yes.
And just play things? What do you think? You think that's going to be the way to go?
I think usually teams play very passive, play very scared when there's just so much on the line. I would say if you're safely away from bottom 2, then you can be a little bit overly aggressive, be willing to take fights, and maybe some other squads would not be willing to commit to. But if you are a few points away from bottom 2, like maybe Alpha 7, really you just got to be avoiding every fight like the plague just to make sure your adventure continues in PMGO Season 1.
Yeah, I would love to see where like, I know like the top 3 teams, right? We're talking about Hora, we're talking about Pandem. E-Arena has been able to put up good performances today too. I want to see where actually Aurora Gaming is at, because that's one squad that's what we were saying in the past. They're really able to perform, but we haven't seen that wow performance out of this squad. And I want to see if we're going to end up seeing that, or depending on where they are in the leaderboard leading up to this, if they can maybe try to do a little bit more action, if they can maybe hunt down some teams, or if they're going to maybe try to target somebody else, because I know that's one squad that will definitely do it.
They'll send Doc alone in the fray, 1v4.
Don't Molotov yourself.
No, yeah, that's the one issue. His biggest enemy is his own Molotov. But,
I looked at him, and he just went, I don't know what
happened. It happens, bro. Misclick. What can you do about it? But no, Aurora, I think, had actually a really good start, because I was expecting them to start a little bit slow, so really good initial kickoff in this PMGO LAN event. But yeah, at the end, only one slot remaining. You got a few teams in contention here, but it's down to the wire, down to a final Miramar to see if you do make it straight to the finals, or if you have to make it through the depth of the survival stage.
I'm going to take over the host role just for a quick second.
Bring it.
Jukes, Max, and myself, we're going to go in that order. Predictions.
You've read my mind.
All right, predictions. Who is going to be getting in and who's going to be getting out? Feel free to say 2 to 3 teams. Obviously, maybe not teams that are already pretty much going to be set going to the grand finals, teams that are in contention.
Okay, I'm going to go with the wildest pick I could possibly think from like the bottom barrel of my instinct. For some reason, it's just sparking inside of me, right? I think Etch is going to make it, guys.
What?
I think there's a chance, right? And this is my thought behind it, okay? We saw them right towards the end show some crazy sign of life with just that one player shotgun play. Sometimes it just takes a little moment like that to hype your team up and get a little spark of belief, right? They're going into the last game thinking that, yeah, we have everything to lose, but at the same time, we gotta just lay it out on the line. And sometimes you see some squads get so nervous, they start playing different towards the last game. If they do that, there is a chance they could capitalize on it and make something happen. So it is the longest of long shots, right? But all that has to happen in order for it to, and it could.
If I ever have a business and I need to sell stuff, Jukes, I'm going to hire you, because you're going to convince so many people. Because I know right now at home there's somebody just looking at this and hearing this, and they're just nodding their heads like, all right, let him cook. He's selling me onto this right now. How about you, Max?
I'm not sold.
I'm not sold at all.
I'm not there just yet.
But I would hire you.
There you go.
Oh, no, there's definitely some good selling potential there. But no, I'm actually going to go with, I think, S2G. I think that they had a really good game plan here.
Yep.
It was not just, we had Circle and we ended up winning. No, they defended a compound. They went for cheeky third party to the east onto Furia. The timing was just peak PUBG Mobile, in my opinion. And I feel like if we see even just a glimmer of that on his second Miramar, I think top 6 is definitely possible. I don't know if they're in it just yet, but they're definitely close. And even just a strong top 5 could be their ticket for the finals.
Mine is going to have to be Boar. Boar, I want to see you just put up a good performances. Today, you have been able to put up back-to-back third-place finishes. I think they have what it takes to just get that little extra umph and keep them within the top 6 in a location where we have been seeing them throughout the most day. And it would be kind of heartbreaking, honestly, for that squad if they don't make it to top 6 with where they've been the whole day.
Look, just check out where 721 are dropping and drop on the opposite side where 721 really are, Miramar. They might be okay.
4 thrives? Yes? No?
Oh,
no, not happening. Again, I haven't seen that mindset change in Miramar that had me go, maybe it's happening. No, for me, it's over.
I'm on that Natura copium right now.
Oh, that's a big copium. Yeah. She's still supporting Team Spirit to this day.
Who?
Oh boy, man, this is absolute craziness, guys. You can see these players, they are just really, they're getting iced out right now. Just try to think, right, what do we do? And I hope that this time isn't making them second get themselves here, because you can't second guess yourself. You gotta go crazy. You gotta go crazy here right here towards the end. So trying to think about, what other stuff that we haven't covered. Hopefully we can get those overall so we can really, really dive into the numbers. But other than that, wild card predictions aside, we got some really great performances from our top squads, right?
Yeah.
Aura, so consistent on the day. And I got to show some love to Panda, man, right? In their hometown, they've been that kind of breakout squad. And for them to do this, I think it's made their whole country proud.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, really proud of coming out from PMGO Indonesia and off the back of Rondo in that last game, able to take it away from McJoe. Very impressive storyline. And it's really fun to see how consistent they've been able to be. Even though, sure, Rondo is their big outlying game where they got most of their points from that one, we saw some good glimmers of hope on Erangel in particular on that Lumberyard finish. They do get overwhelmed by Horror, but macro-wise, there's a lot of potential. So I do like that they're still learning how to play in these global stages, and they're still looking to adapt as time goes by.
I like the way that you positioned that there towards the end, too. There's a lot of potential from that squad. I was happy to see what they were able to do in Rondo, and I was very critical with what they were not able to do in Erangel with what was given to them. That's the difference. Sometimes we have teams, and I'm going to take a little bit of time here as we're getting ready to start the match, so stay with us. But that's the difference between some teams that they're able to actually excel whenever they get put into a position that's just given by the game. It happens very rarely, but if it does happen to you, you have to take full advantage of it. We see teams that are able to do that in an excellent way, and then we see teams that sometimes we're watching them, and you and I are watching them, and we're just scratching our heads saying, this team's just not going to do anything. This team is going to end up going home.
That's what I'm thinking about 4 Thrives, actually. I'm sorry. The gameplay is just not there for me.
Gosh.
But no, actually, just to pivot on a bit of a positive storyline, then I don't want to be negative too much on this desk. It's Horror. You just brought them up a little bit there. But the fact that they missed out on the biggest event of last year, realistically, which was PMGC, and yet they come out swinging in an incredibly tough format in PMGO Season 1, and yet they're currently looking to look to be first place, be number 1 for the group of death is insanely impressive. I'm sure their owner, CR7, will be incredibly proud of their performance. And I think in the finals, with the current gameplay I've witnessed, I think they could replicate that again on the biggest stage of this event.
I mean, if you could do it in a group like this, you could do it anywhere at this point, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like you mentioned,
it's a mini-finals right now.
Yeah, it really is, right? And the fact that they were able to do that is wild, considering how crazy this is. Of course, guys, we do have a little bit of a tech issue. We'll be right back to some gameplay shortly. So again, stay with us here. When it comes to Group B, right, tomorrow, I wonder what these teams are thinking, right, as they watched how this new format played out, okay? What do you think their biggest takeaway from what they've seen so far today is?
Don't suck. That's pretty much going to be the main one.
Oh,
you know exactly what's happening. You're looking at the reigning champions of PMGC 2025. You're definitely saying don't suck. Because if you do, guess what? Anything can happen. You're going to have a team go from 15th place, possibly into the top 6, going into the last match. And then you're going to have the reigning champions of PMGC in the cusp of getting eliminated.
Yes.
Not even going to survival chance. Getting eliminated.
Unreal. Well, guys, we'll be right back shortly. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hit a quick break and get to that last game in just a minute.
Drops begin to glow, flame on and go. The soul is in wrist drop, a street food vendor with a victory dream. A midnight warrior looting in the dark. The fuel is passion pushing through the blue. We scan the path at the edge of the gas. A million stories in a single squad. No real blood, just the drive to our last. The skill, the nerve to on the final gas.
Salve rapaziada, eu sou o Rivo, sou jogador da Facete Sports.
E aí galera, sou o Carrilho, jogador da Facete.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Keç.
Ben de Scarface.
Hello, aku Regi.
Hello, aku Raizak.
Hello, I'm Falak from Team 4 Tribes.
Hi guys, I'm IQ from Team 4 Tribes and today we are doing PMGO Season 1 main event prediction.
Chimpando. Vamos começar assim já?
Eliminado, acho que é demais.
Ô galera, lembrando que eu torço pra todo mundo, viu?
X-Force, reject. Kau di sini lah ya. Sorry.
Which team is this? I don't know about them as well, so I will just put them there. No head guys.
Fortrice top 3 yapar diyorum.
Yapar, kesin yapar.
Mortiki. Kasih.
Kira.
I know about them. They are a very noob team. Place them where 40 noob.
Gaming Stars. Ben top 5, top 6
Hemen
düşünüyorum.
senin için yerleri değiştireyim mi? Hemen yerleri değiştiriyorum şuraya.
Rapaz, tem muito time, viu? Tem muito time ainda, viu?
Team USA.
Next team is all. I think they are really a good team, so I will just put them there.
Bana uf geldi. Hemen ortaya şuraya eğlensem mi acaba?
Şunları ele sen koy onu.
Ligetron.
Vitality.
Vitality gibi ama. Bigetron.
Aqui?
É.
Certeza?
Não, coloca mais em cima. Fight'tan da kaçmıyor.
Bence top 5, top 6 yani şuralara bir.
I got Aurora Gaming 100% champion material.
Tamo junto.
Troops. Mana ada? Sini. Lihat aja.
Allah'ı tanımıyorum.
GK.
Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum. GK. Ele ya.
5 more eliminated. Maybe one can be Etish.
I think we will choose the teams we don't know much about them. So I think
Etish. We'll see.
7 Wah, Linda udah ada. Berapa lagi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ya, dan
Sebenarnya bisa aja ini bisa nih taruh di sini, tapi sama ini juga bisa nih. Nah, tapi enggak.
Takımın kesinlikle gidebileceğini düşünüyorum. Tanımıyorum. O yüzden eliyorum. Yani Allah'ı hiç tanımıyorum, o yüzden eliyorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. takım nerede abi?
Onlar
Buradaymış. Orada direkt buraya koyalım.
Onlar
böyle.
kendinden elendi zaten. 4-3'yi de 3'e koymamızın sebebi yani güçlü bir takım. Sonuçta onlar da şampiyon olarak geliyorlar.
We are just noob team.
या
अबे हमें आई चाहिए था सबको eliminated में था.
मेरे को ऐसा नहीं छुट्टी इसको elimination में डालते हो.
Quem vai ficar top 1 é a 7, top 2 a Aurora, top 3 o LF, justo. Acho que a FL briga pelo top 3, Lupus pode brigar pelo top 3, Fúria também pode brigar com a T. É brincadeira aqui os parceiros da R8, da VC, da Enigma. Tamo junto, viu? Eu tô só brincando com vocês. Mas se vocês quiserem vir pra cima também, pode vir.
Oke, jadi inilah prediksi versi kita.
We just rank these teams based on our knowledge, so don't get mad.
İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederiz. E eu desejo muita sorte para todo mundo que vai jogar essa PMGO.
Bye bye.
Play more than go. Feel the heat from head to toe. A billion drops begin to glow. Flame on and go. The soul is in our control. From the draw to the last one standing show. A no-name kid in a high-risk drop, a street food vendor with a victory dream. A midnight warrior looting in the dark. The fuel is passion pushing through the blue. We scan the path at the edge of the gas. A million stories in a single squad. No real blood, just a drive to our last. The skill, the nerve to earn the final gas. Fire in my mind, running through the sky. Flame on and go. Feel the heat from head to toe. A million drops begin to glow. Flame on and go. The soul is in our control. Flame on and go. The soul is in our control. From the draw to the last one standing show. Flame on. Flame on.
Allu'da tanımıyorum.
GK.
Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum.
GK.
GK... Ele ya.
Oi rapaziada, eu sou o Rivo, sou jogador da Facete Sports.
E aí galera, eu sou o Carrilho, jogador da Facete.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Keç.
Ben de Scarface.
Hello, aku Reggie.
Halo, aku Rezak.
Hello, I'm Falak from Team 4 Tribes.
Hi guys, I am IQ from Team 4 Tribes and today we are doing PMGO Season 1 Main Event Prediction.
Chimpando. Vamos começar assim já?
Eliminado, acho que é demais.
Ó galera, lembrando que eu torço pra todo mundo.
Accross, reject. Kau di sini lah ya. Sorry.
Which team is this? I don't know about them as well, so I will just put them there. No head, guys.
Fortrice top 3 yapar diyorum.
Yapar, kesin yapar.
Mortiki. Kasih.
Kir.
I know about them, they are a very noob team. Place them where 40 noob.
Gaming Stars. Ben top 5, top 6
Hemen
düşünüyorum.
senin için yerleri değiştireyim mi?
Evet.
Hemen yerleri değiştiriyorum şuraya.
Top 3.
Rapaz, tem muito time, viu? Tem muito time ainda, viu?
Team USA.
Next team is Wolf. I think they are really a good team, so I will just put them there.
Bana Wolf geldi.
Hemen.
ortaya şu eğlensem mi acaba?
Şunları ele sen koy onu.
Bigetron.
Vitality.
Vitality gibi oldu. Bigetron.
Yazıyor.
Aqui?
É.
Certeza?
Não, coloca mais em cima, mais em cima. Fight'tan da kaçmıyor.
Bence top 5, top 6 yani şuralara bir.
I got Aurora Gaming 100% champion material.
Tamo junto.
Ups, mana nih? Sini.
Terus aja.
Allu'da tanımıyorum.
GK.
Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum.
GK.
GK... Ele ya.
5 more eliminated. Maybe one can be Etish.
I think we will choose the teams we don't know much about them. So I think
Etish. Wolves ही है वैसे.
7 वो लीला उड़ा दे. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ya, done.
Sebenarnya bisa aja ini. Ini bisa nih taruh di sini. Tapi sama ini juga bisa nih. Nah, tapi
takımın kesinlikle gidebileceğini düşünüyorum. Tanımıyorum. O yüzden eliyorum. Yani Allah'ı hiç tanımıyorum. O yüzden eliyorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. takım nerede abi?
Aha,
Buradaymış. Orada direkt buraya koyalım.
Onlar
böyle.
kendinden elendi zaten. Fortree'yi de 3'e koymamızın sebebi yani güçlü bir takım. Sonuçta onlar da şampiyon olarak geliyorlar.
हाँ we are just noob team.
या
अबे हमें आईटी चाहिए था सबको एलिमिनेटेड में था.
मेरे को ऐसा अच्छी टीम के एलिमिनेशन में डालते हैं.
Quem vai ficar top 1 é a 7, top 2 Aurora, top 3 o LF, justo. Acho que a FL briga pelo top 3, Lux pode brigar pelo top 3, Fúria também pode brigar com a T. É brincadeira aqui os parceiros da R8, da VC, da Enigma. Tamo junto, viu? Eu tô só brincando com vocês. Mas vocês devem pra cima também, pode vir.
Oke, jadi inilah prediksi versi kita.
We just rank these teams based on our knowledge, so don't get mad.
İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederiz. E eu desejo muita sorte pra todo mundo que vai jogar essa PMGO.
Bye bye.
Play more than go. Feel the heat from head to toe. A billion drops begin to glow. Flame on and go. The soul is in our control. From the draw to the last one standing show. A no-name kid in a high-risk drop. The street food vendor with a victory dream. A midnight warrior looting in the dark. The fuel is passion pushing through the blue. We scan the path at the edge of the gas. A million stories in a single squad. No real blood, just a drive to our last. The skill, the nerve to on the final gas. Fire in my mind, running through the sky. Play more than go. Feel the heat from head to toe. A million drops begin to glow. Play more than go. The soul is in our control. Play more than go. The soul is in our control. From the draw to the last one standing show. Play more. Play more.
Allu'da tanımıyorum.
GK.
Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum.
GK.
GK... Ele ya.
Oi rapaziada, eu sou o Rivo, sou jogador da Facete Sports.
E aí galera, eu sou o Carrilho, jogador da Facete.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Keç.
Ben de Scarface.
Halo, aku Regi.
Halo, aku Rezak.
Hello, I'm Falak from Team 4 Tribes.
Hi guys, I am IQ from Team 4 Tribes and today we are doing PMGO Season 1 main event prediction.
Chimpando. Vamos começar assim já?
Eliminado, acho que é demais.
Ó galera, lembrando que eu torço pra todo mundo.
X-Force Reader. Kau di sini lah ya. Sorry.
Which team is this? I don't know about them as well, so I will just put them there. No head guys.
Fortrice top 3 yapar diyorum.
Yapar, kesin yapar.
Mortiki. Kasih.
Kira.
I know about them, they are a very noob team, place them where 40 noob.
Gaming Stars. Ben top 5, top 6
Hemen
düşünüyorum.
senin için yerleri değiştireyim mi?
Evet.
Hemen yerleri değiştiriyorum şuraya.
O LF, top 3.
Rapaz, tem muito time, viu? Tem muito time ainda, viu?
PMGO S.
Next team is all. I think they are really a good team, so I will just put them there.
Bana Uf geldi.
Hemen.
ortaya şu eğlensem mi acaba?
Şunları ele sen koy onu.
Bigetron.
Vitality.
Vitality gibi oldu. Bigetron.
Aqui?
É.
Certeza?
Não, coloca mais em cima, Fight'tan da kaçmıyor.
Bence top 5, top 6 yani şuralara bir.
I got Aurora Gaming 100% champion material.
Tamo junto.
Rups, mana ada? Sini.
Nasıl ya?
Allah'ı tanımıyorum. GK. Ben ETS'yi de tanımıyorum. GK. Ele ya.
5 more eliminated. Maybe one can be Etish.
I think we will choose the teams we don't know much about them. So I think
Etish. One here, let's say.
7 वो लीला उड़ा दो फिर 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ya 8 done.
Sebenarnya bisa aja ini bisa nih taruh di sini, tapi sama ini juga bisa nih. Nah, tapi enggak.
Takımın kesinlikle gidebileceğini düşünüyorum. Tanımıyorum. O yüzden eliyorum. Yani Allah'ı hiç tanımıyorum. O yüzden eliyorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. takım nerede abi?
Aha,
buradaymış. Direkt buraya koyalım.
Onlar kendinden elendi zaten. 4-3'yi de 3'e koymamızın sebebi yani güçlü bir takım. Sonuçta onlar da şampiyon olarak geliyorlar.
We are just noob team.
Yeah.
अबे हमें आई थी चाहिए था सबको eliminated में था.
मेरे को ऐसा नहीं teams को elimination में डालते हैं.
Quem vai ficar top 1 é a 7, top 2 a Aurora, top 3 o LF, justo. Acho que a FL briga pelo top 3, Lupus pode brigar pelo top 3, Fúria também pode brigar com a T. É brincadeira aqui os parceiros da R8, da VC, da Enigma. Tamo junto, viu? Eu tô só brincando com vocês. Mas se vocês quiserem vir pra cima também, pode vir.
Oke, jadi inilah prediksi versi kita.
We just rank these teams based on our knowledge, so don't get mad.
İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederiz. E eu desejo muita sorte pra todo mundo que vai jogar essa PMGO.
Bye bye.
And we're back, everybody. I know you missed us. Here we go. I'm Hot Jukes here with Maxman and the 7WG, guys. We're getting for that last match here in Miramar as we are live in Jakarta, Indonesia for the 2026 PUBG Mobile Global Open Season numero uno. We've got some crazy stuff for those of you guys that just tuned in. Let's do a little bit of a refresher here, right? We're in Group A. There's only 6 matches today, only 1 left to go. We have our champions that we've been hunting down the Triple Crown in second to last place here, 7.
Alpha 7. He's referring to Alpha 7.
That
the
is
champions of PMGC 2025. Yeah, not only that, they're trying not to get eliminated, and they're more than likely going to be hoping that nobody is going to be hot dropping them.
Yep, they cannot afford any hot drops, no shenanigans right here. They gotta put some points on the board. And you can see these players, they're locked, loaded, and ready to go here, Max.
Yeah, everyone locked and loaded for this game. Actually, if you're Alpha 7, maybe you change your drop. Maybe you don't get El Pozo. I'm just saying.
That's what I was saying earlier,
could
right?
be a good option because it's a big city where teams could just go on the outskirts and just wait you out. So I would say changing it would be a good option if you really want to play it safe to avoid the bottom 2.
Do you think their ego would allow that, though? You think that they actually have it in them to swap?
I don't care. Just go away.
Yeah, they're smart enough. That ego thing for Alpha 7 was like years ago. They're smart enough to be able to go and land somewhere else. They have proved that in Erangel especially. A lot of people would kind of clash with them when it came to Giorgio, and then they ended up landing in Lipovka, and then somebody ended up crashing with them in Lipovka, and they were able to adjust from that. So yeah, I don't think for them it's an ego thing. I think for them right now it's just a survival thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't care what the reason is. You just got to play for your survival at this point.
Literally,
just try and just
survival
get
chance.
through, and hopefully it'll work out. So yeah, it's going to get a little bit dicey for them. There's still an opportunity, right? The point threshold is so close to even the team in 16th position could technically still jump out of the bottom 2 and make into survival stage, which at that point is what they're going to be hoping for. While in the top 6, only 1 slot is really truly available. I think you're gonna have Furia, you're gonna have Goat, you're gonna have Boars, you're gonna have normally also S2G. So a few teams all chasing down that one final slot. But as we said, there's only 1 really available for these teams to grab.
Whoever's in that 6th place, stay alive.
Stay alive. Run for your life.
That's the biggest tip we can tell you. Just stay alive.
Stick and move, baby. Stick and move. You got to be really, really careful right here. Because, man, the pressure is on for all these squads. And this new format, man, it is so unforgiving. It's one day to rule them all. And this group is such an intense group. We talked about how some breakout teams are performing so well off the rip. One thing that, you know, every team, I think, before coming into this tournament, understood, right, just how important Rondo was, right? I think Pandem truly solidified it, though, right? I mean, today they just said, hey, when it comes to Rondo, if you perform well enough, you're pretty good to go.
I mean, you had an interesting theory. We were talking about it during the technical break here. You said that because of how impactful this first Rondo was for Pandem, maybe the teams of Group B, I'm like, you know what, maybe you're going to do even more homework on Rondo just to make sure we're ready, which maybe some teams are just going to stick to their guns. Maybe some teams will just say, actually, you know what, we do have to adapt a little bit more. Maybe instead of playing passive in the early stage, maybe we do get involved in Yulin or maybe Stadium or mainly in Neox Factory to go for those early eliminations. So I think some teams definitely are going to be proven and shown that now you can't play passive on Rondo. Otherwise, top 6 is going to be way harder to achieve.
Yeah, for teams that are wanting to look at playing passive there in Rondo, just look at what happened to the teams of the likes of what's currently on your screen, of 4 Thrives. And for the teams that are just expecting to have just a good Rondo and think that they're going to be able to qualify, look what happened to Alpha 7. This was a squad that was able to get 3rd place at the beginning of the day with 9 eliminations. And after that, they did absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing indeed, man. I still can't believe we're in this position right here. These top teams so well set. They can have their run of the lobby, and if they want to take out the champs, they could do it here, you know? So I do think it would be smart for Alpha 7 to avoid El Pozo here. Just why take the risk, right? Get to safety, play your game towards the end game, put some points on the board. Oh! He is feeling it here. You know, he had a little bit of an extra break. Those muscles are fully recovered, man. He's ready to hit these crazy flicks.
Hey, they had some good fights. He's flexing hard. He's feeling it.
That's from a squad that's in top 6.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, we were talking about it earlier, right? Kind of the rise of the new generation of Turkey, which is very interesting. You see in S2G, they have a little bit of a tough start initially, but here, Ida looking really good for all of Turkey.
Yes, indeed. Well, guys, I'm starting to hear that we might just be ready here for the last match of the evening. Here we go. We're going into Miramar. Vamos, baby. This is it, guys. The last match for Group A. Will these teams at the bottom be able to make it out from there? Will the teams in the top 6 hold that spot? We're about to find out.
You see El Pozo on the left side of your screen. It is going to be in reach for Alpha 7. Will they commit to it? Will they take the risk of getting hot dropped? Decent playing otherwise for a majority of these teams in reality, so definitely not a big excuse for these squads if they do underperform.
If you're an Alpha 7 fan, if you're a 4 Thrives fan, if you're any of those fans that like Furia or whoever's currently outside of the top 6, you're going to be hoping and wishing that the circle ends up going in your team's favor, because that's something that hasn't been going, especially if I'm thinking back of Herringill. It didn't go to Alpha 7's favor when they ended up going Giorgio, and then the circle went literally the complete opposite. I'm intrigued to see what the circle is going to be doing here in this last Miramar.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm looking at Alpha 7, and they're headed right towards El Pozo, and I don't see anybody even going in that direction here.
It kind of leans into what we were talking about earlier, where you have that gentleman's agreement a lot of times in these lobbies where they're like, we could force the fire on Alpha 7, but you know what? It's not worth it. We're not going to take the risk ourselves.
Well, that's just a hot drop. Something to keep in mind, though. It's somebody that's going to end up gatekeeping them, or if they see that Alpha 7 gets knocked later into the match, they will hunt them down because they will kind of force to, and it'll be much easier, too.
Well, here we go, guys. Last match here for Group A. Let's go ahead and take it on over to John Allen and Blake.
We're straight into the thick of it as well as Pandem versus Boars on a hot drop in the Hacienda. Already Pandem have taken 1, 2, 3 knocks. The Boars are looking to rinse them. They have really taken umbrage with the fact that their first game didn't go so well. Let's see if they can convert on here against one more player from Pandem. And he's going all the way to the top floor. He's going to get out of dodge, allow his 3 teammates to get flushed.
Heads topside. And again, for Boars, you really do wonder if this is a maybe targeted drop for them. Because for Pandem, they've got nothing to lose here. They're not feeling super warm coming into this match. And I'll say, off the back of like a very, very long break there as well, Pandem, they're not chatting. They're probably just happy that they're in the top 6 here. For Boars, it means so much more. And they decimated them.
They absolutely ran through them. Although in those final moments, there were 2 knocks. Snowix was very, very low as well. Magnazada was still at full HP, but It was maybe a little bit closer than the numbers may indicate there, having to go for at least 3 reses on the side for Boars, but they get their 4 points, they get their position in the circle, which is up towards the north side of the map. Blanket is focused up towards La Cabrera, that sort of area, out to the east of it as well, so great start for them to be able to have access to the northern routes.
Yeah, this is really good stuff for Boars. Getting a 4 limmer at the start here, pretty much for Boars, that's as if they ended last game on 32 points. I'll put it that way. Yes, there are less points inside the lobby at the moment with one team going down, but how likely was it for Boars to get involved on some of these early fights anyway? So I think for Boars, what they can see this as is just 3-4 points. We're starting off with it. 32 points. It's not that far from the bubble here. Voin, they haven't had an amazing day up until that last match, right? I don't think it's unlikely that Voin potentially has maybe another mishap here. For Aurora Gaming, I think it's a little bit harder to state. For Ida, they've been really good so far. Does Boars try and get up above that? I don't know, potentially, but I think that the main contender for them is probably Voin here.
I mean, you've got to worry about Furia as well, and actually S2G behind them. So, sure, they may have their sights set higher up on the table, but Furia, I feel like they've been certainly much more consistent than Alpha 7, but they've been pretty solid in a lot of these games, sort of in a similar track to Boars, and it's reasonable that they're at the same scoreline, right?
I would probably limit it to Furia for me. For S2G, I think that there's a lot riding on the line here, but as we've seen today, it's also been one of the situations where up until that last match, not great, right? And I think for S2G, like Max said, yeah, they made some good rotates, some good micro rotates, but at the end of the day, they started on that north side. They started out in that open area. It was I think when you look at that position, in terms of the micro rotates you go for after that, those are fairly set in stone from that spot. There's not much variance there. So for S2G, it was kind of a paint by numbers. They executed well. All right, they got the colors all in the right spot, but that's all I can say.
Hopefully they can find a couple more numbers to paint in on this match and see if they can make their way in. On the circle, Alpha 7 did move up north quite early on this Blank from El Pozo on their drop. They are now north of La Cabrera and continuing to march their way in. We're on board with Ida as well, or we were rather, as they make their way in to the east of El Pozo, actually towards Crater Fields. And we'll see if they can keep themselves together and keep themselves in the top 6. It's looking pretty likely that they will. Have a good time there. Al-Ula, we spotted them earlier on. They are on the bubble. They are drawn, tied, dead heat right now with Alpha 7. And in contest for a spot to make it into the survival stages, as well as Etch, who were able to do what you said that Voin Chaikere and S2G did, have that good game in the last match. Well, good is a matter of perspective.
Yeah, it is. Definitely a matter of perspective.
The best game they've had so far by far.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But in a similar sense, though, Edge getting that game is a really good point to bring up, John. Because before that, Edge was on 4 points. And what we were looking at there was pretty much Ula being the only real contender for that bubble position. Now you've got another team into the mix. This makes it all the harder now for Alpha 7. They know they need to perform. They can't just leave things up to chance. There is a real big possibility that Alpha 7 drops out and we don't see them go through to the grand finals, let alone the survival stage.
It's crazy. It's crazy that this is the world in which we live.
But previous results would say otherwise.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, for Alpha 7 now being up in the top spot on the circle is pretty solid, I think. They're going to be out of dodge for quite a while, and it may be the case that getting a 5-point game is going to be enough, right, to see themselves.
Yes, exactly. I like you say, up towards the north side, east side of La Cabrera right now for Alpha 7. It's a great spot to be, especially with the plane path that came through. There's a lot of teams on the south side that are pushing up. Them starting in El Pozo, funnily enough, maybe saves their run. It's a ballsy maneuver from them. We gotta make that clear. I think in any other world, I would have betted on Alpha 7 not going El Pozo. I think that the fact that they stay there is insane.
It could potentially have been a gambit, drop out towards El Pozo, see if other teams are going to drop near you, and then if not, go for it. If they do grab vehicles and try and skirt out towards the northwest side or La Cobraria even later on. Could potentially have been the call. And as soon as they saw no one was near them, they just go to their normal drop spot. So, I mean, there are options, right? There's quite a lot of roadside drops and vehicle spawns you can drop on around that area and get out pretty quickly. But you have to commit to doing it.
Goat team on the northeast of them. That seems to be a bit of an issue right now for them. We do get a knock coming through from the arena, taking down shots over towards Ida, which is actually quite a big deal. This team is on 39 points. And with how close the lobby is right now, that might not be safe with the teams chasing you. For S2G, that's just 9 points. For Furia, that's just 7. For Boars, similarly, they're in the same boat. Again, I think if you're on 38, 39, you're not safe. I think the only safe teams right now are E-Arena, Pandem as well.
That seems to be the case, absolutely. And Pandem on 46, yeah, they're feeling okay. You need 4 teams to pass them. What have you spotted? What's going on? The circle!
Alpha 7 are sending it right now. They are as swift as can be because they need to ride out. This is a wild maneuver from the circle, really throwing a spanner into the wrench early on. But yeah, we do need the Riders of Hell from Alpha 7 to move like the wind to get into position. This is a very important moment for them.
But where do they go? That's the question. Do you go into La Cobraria? I don't think so right now. Playing up towards the north side, there's a lot of an open expanse there up towards the ridges and the towers that sit up there. It is just so central, though. Furia are going to take that gamble, right? They're going to go into the settlement and try and play this one out. Again, Furia, a team looking to try and jump that bubble. So potentially really important decision for them to be making, as well as a load of other teams around that danger zone.
Well, I think when you look at La Cobraria, I think it's okay to play the south side. I think it's a little bit more possible to leapfrog buildings and then get out over towards the west than it is other compounds. I mean, cities like Los Leones. Once you're deep into Los Leones, you ain't leaving.
Alpha 7 looking to try and hold down the east point of La Cobraria. This compound may very well be highly profitable for them. This area will have oversight on all of these teams out from the east, but other teams are going to pick those points away as they go. Those bones will be bare before they get to Alpha 7's position. 7-2-1, they've taken a knock, they've lost a player as well. 4 thrives, want to add those points to their tally. You've got Boars sending straight in from the east, going straight into La Cobraria as deep as they can.
They lose one.
And moving straight on through. They do indeed lose one. They're trying to keep up pace, but Furia are taking points into their tally as well. That's leapfrogging them. There is going to be a lot of position shuffling on these tables in the coming minutes.
That's your direct competitor. Nice nade from IQ. Bounces right over the top of the railings and bonks the player from 7-2-1 right on the head there. 4 thrives, they don't want to go down quietly here. 20 points.
20 points is not safe. Not just yet. Alula XIHC push Alpha 7 into the bubble, and 4 thrives want to take down 7-2-1. A nade up top doesn't connect, but Falak's on the ground floor. The nades from up top, IQ staying on that high ground is good for it. And 4 thrives rack up some points to look themselves to be safer and safer as time goes on in towards this survival stage. The question is, where are Alpha 7? They are in the midst of this, but the eye of the maelstrom may not be the points they need.
They've shifted over towards the eastern side. Now, next circle, incredibly important because it centers up over towards La Cobraria. Alpha 7 suddenly have not played the best move that they could have done. I think what they wanted here was to profit. A lot of eliminations, a lot of squads coming their way. It wasn't meant to be. So now they've got to hope for an eastern shift. It heads down towards the south. Horror has the high ground, and now life gets hard for a lot of teams.
Oh, that's nasty. The compound that they can move up towards on that north side, they can hold out fairly well. It can be assaultable, but generally the way you see that be assaulted is from teams from the north who are pushing in towards the circle that's south of this. When you have all of the teams already towards La Cobraria, they're going to slow each other down on that ascent, and Horror's position is all of a sudden much, much safer. Is someone going to try and challenge them for that? I could see someone like Team Flash move in from the west.
Furia take down 1 player from Voin and match the points. So they're making life harder for Voin coming through here. Ida also down to just 1 player up and alive. Emre taking the brunt of the shots, but this is not a place you want to go down right now.
2 players alive and 1 of them bleeding out. It is devastating for Ida, and As you said before, they are not fully confirmed in. Aurora starting to peek over that 40-point threshold, looking to get closer and closer and potentially push Ida into the harm's way of all of these teams biting at the heels of those top 6 spots.
Aurora was not on many fans' experts' prediction list just because so many people realize that this team starts slow. Sometimes they don't come out swinging, but this team felt warmed up and it was a swift left hook and it was a good night here over towards getting into the top 6. I think 40 points puts you in a way better spot here. They'd like a couple more eliminations to really solidify their position, but they're starting off strong.
Etch managed to get a point as well. They're getting closer to Alpha 7, who still have yet to enter the scoring, and they're now all the way on the northeast side, Blank. They haven't taken the initiative to move. Maybe they've squandered their northern advantage here. We'll have to wait to see what decisions they make, to see where they go. I imagine it's a next circle decision set for them. Up towards their north, you've got Voin Chaikari as well. 0 points so far, three players alive. They are probably the team that is most in danger. I think that at the moment, they're the team I'm most worried about.
I'm worried about Boars. I mean, they've got Aurora knocking on the door right now, and Reefus probably isn't the player you want to open the door to. I'll tell you that for nothing.
But he is a bit on his own right now. He is a bit separated from the rest of Aurora, who are now coming to regroup. So maybe you wanted to open the door now, and it's going to be a little bit harder to do so at this point. With the regroup happening, nobody else actually controlling the west side of La Cobradia. Team Flash yet to move into a position to do so. They're allowed in. They're going to play on as 3, and La Cobradia will see them alive for quite a bit longer.
3 salesmen now at the door of Boars. Good shots coming through from Alpha 7. And Aurora looking to sell the nades over towards Boars. The shots are coming through thick and fast. Who is on the receiving end of it? Aurora, they take one down. One player from Boars is also knocked. It should be okay. Actually, none of them are knocked. This is completely fine for Boars. They're living life well at the moment. Aurora is backed off. It's an important moment here for Boars. Now up to 6 elimination. Aurora down to 1. So they got the 2 eliminations over towards Aurora.
They managed to find 2, just the 1 player now standing. And it is out to the west. Seoul still alive for them. And Aurora just wanting to track up these points time and time again. They're on 41. And again, we think that looks safe. But Ida's position with 39 getting confirmed knocked out now is actually starting to look a little bit more tenuous with Furia, Boars, maybe not Voin Chaikari anymore because they are starting to flag and falter. There is so much danger. And S2G's position as well is big.
Really is. It's a nice spot. I mean, they're playing on the underside of the mountain at the moment. Not many teams actually able to challenge them. 4 Thrives might be able to look over towards the south here. But in the meantime, Alpha 7 are surrounding the guys from Voin. This is bad news for Voin at the moment, sat on 35 points. They managed to get one little bit ahead of Boars and Furia, but is it too little too late with Alpha 7 starting to sink the teeth in?
They've managed to get a point blank, so Alpha 7 are out of the blocks. 4 Thrives, though, the ones to take the first knock over towards this high ground position. For Alpha 7, I mean, going down here would be terrible. Alula could actually potentially play on this east side and third party this specific engagement against Alpha 7. They can move up north if they scouted out this spot. Difficult, given that 4 Thrives sit there on the high ground around them, but it would be a brilliant opportunity for them to take down the east wing of Alpha 7 and potentially Alpha 7's chances.
I think for Alula, it's really hard because 4 Thrives have vision, S2G should have vision, Alpha 7 will have vision soon over towards them. They've got to be really careful on their approach. I think for Alpha 7, though, they're struggling in the sense that they'd love to batter Voin out of the way. They are resilient at the moment. Setting up the fortress now, and Alpha 7 just cannot find any cracks in the wall to slip on through.
Team Flash on the southwest side with Irina as well, lining one of the craters on the lip of it, trying to move forwards. Both teams need to get a bit closer to it. At the moment, Team Flash, though, seem to have the advantage. Irina do only have 2 players as well. Turney K with a nade cooking, does take some damage, lobs one back over, but doesn't go for win. Instead, Tries to send it to his teammate. Doesn't connect either way. And Tony K,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God.
not going to work out. Okay, Horror. They managed to find that shot because they are flowing in from the east side and still holding out on that high ground position.
Yeah, Horror has so much vision on this one. Flash, unfortunately, not in the best of spots to jump over towards that top 6. There's still a chance for them, but it'd be a massive game. We know they are capable of it. The undisputed best rookie team in the world from last year, but they still lack that experience. They still need a little bit more on board.
Boars just took a knock from Furia, but it looks pretty resible. That's over in the main city of La Cabrera. A hard southeast shift. I mean, this is S2G, right? Are they going to be able to jump from the bottom 2 to the top 6 in just 2 matches? It's a 6-game set. This is doable.
How does Alpha 7 make their way out of this? Because realistically, for them, it is an Eastern wrap. And if they go for an Eastern wrap, they run directly into Alula. Their direct competition on the leaderboard. Oh my God, for Alpha 7, this is a nerve-wracking moment for fans alike.
You got Team Flash as well as 4Thrive also a little bit worried here. There is not a lot of points in it, even though they haven't really been in the conversation for bottom spots. With 2 teams towards the bottom starting to step up, that starts to get more hairy. But with Alpha 7, ride or die. Let's see what they've got. Over the road they go. 3 players across, 3 players alive. There is an off angle, there is a crossfire.
Oh my God!
But a flying shot shuts down the opener for Alula. And there is no answer just yet. Alpha 7 find one and potentially a lifeline. The nades are big. Oh, there's a huge answer though. The bombardment pours in. It's right on top of them. It's forcing him over. And only one now. Alpha 7 starting to crumble under the pressure. Oh, they're going so low. Oh, Revo's down. It's only one. And he's left on the far side of the road. Without a paddle, how do you go? Alpha 7 are in the bottom 2.
Alula jumps up. This is the worst case scenario for Alpha 7. I called it earlier.
No!
One player was behind.
No!
He's been taken out. The PMGC champions are down.
Alpha 7 throw it all away. A bad crossing from La Cabrera. What a disaster, devastation for Alpha 7.
They did not look both ways. Man, it is disaster. A rough position to be in. For Alpha 7 to go down this early is just a moment in history we will not forget.
Oh my goodness me, but we have to refocus on the 6th place bubble as well because Voin, Chaikri are down and out. They tried to make their crossing. They were in a similarly sticky position on that north side of the road to Alpha 7 just now. And they have fallen. Furia, Boars, S2G, GOAT team, all now on the hunt.
The Boars, how do they make it out alive here? They need to get more points. Furia, similarly. Furia is able to extricate themselves. Like I said, they went in early to a position where they could leave La Cabrera. It was a smart play from them. A play that Alpha 7 could have easily picked up themselves getting further into this game. But they banked on those eliminations early and they just did not come their way.
I'm still reeling. Goodness me. What a disaster. From the high ground, we're taking a look at Horror lording it over. This is actually so huge for all of the teams now fighting for that bottom bubble, right? It means they're so safe. There is really not too much that Etch can do. They have a solo survivor. There's not too much to worry about down there now. So for Team Flash, they can breathe a little bit easier. For Horror, they're looking to try and finish this one out in style.
I mean, for Horror, like I said, 60-point day in a global is incredible. 10-point average, you do not know exactly how hard that is to pick up when you go up against the best teams around the world, especially in what many have dubbed as the group of death.
It is, I mean, it is so on the money, right? The group of death kills the global champions. Nobody is safe in this group. It is insane. Our second bottom finisher will also be locked in as Etch falls. Now the fight between Aura and Team Flash. Beneath them, it looks like Team Flash is starting to crumble, but they've still got a little bit of fight left in them. The off angles are there. A wind's peeking up from behind the headland. 1 for 1. They look to trade. And, okay, they find Bozy. They bring it back into control slightly. Sleepy shuts it down, and it's good night for another team. Team Flash will fall, but they are in 14th, and that is good enough.
Horror not ending the show early, it seems. They're here for the encore. 61 points on the day. Boars with an impossible exit. They open with a knock. Rob's priming the nade. There's a little bit of time on this one. Ayato pulls out one of his own. It goes close. It's a little bit of damage, but not quite enough. He has a Molotov, drops it in. Ayato sends another, but Boars, Rob's jumps back into it. Maybe it's a little bit too far out. So now he's looking for one more, and that heal hasn't come through for Ayato yet.
And there was a third party as well from Order. They managed to find the knock onto Vagnazada, so Boars are playing as 2. That high ground dominance now being leveraged to the south side. Rob's into the fight, looks for one. Stoics has his back. Rob's playing the door frames perfectly, yet to take damage. He steps in for another. He's looking for more. Stoics is at his back. Both hot on the heels of the GOAT team, and they are going to push them back once more. GOAT still on one player. They still have one on the off angle, but it looks like Furia may be in with the assist. 2 players for Boars, and they are now up into 6th.
The close quarters king reigns again as Robs and Stoics makes it happen. They're in towards 6th, but Furia close behind as a 4-man. And they're looking to close them out. Luckily, Boars have a place in the circle to play. The 4 Thrives, they're taking to Furia right now.
It's the fight back and forth. Furia looking to try and put a little bit more pace down as 2 players stand in their way. 4 Thrives, if they go down here, are going to give Boars such a gauntlet to run because Furia will get so many points. But it's IQ on the high ground, and Furia are getting swept aside. 2 players have fallen. It's even numbers now on the northeast.
Furia, Chief, still alive, looking to lead the tribe to victory. 4 Thrives ahead of them. IQ cannot get his teammates up, so it's 2 players up right now. They can finish off some flushes here though, John. That's the big thing. Igor off in the distance. Boars yet to move. They know they just need to look for more placement points right now.
Aura have managed to transition all the way up and into S2G's base, making their life a lot harder. S2G have lost a player in the meantime as well. Still with 0 elims. This fight has to move. The Boars have to move. Everybody in a linchpin spot has to move. But S2G can stand their ground. The question is, will they be able to do so under the pressure?
I mean, the real question is, does S2G get 6th place? Do they push through? With a chicken dinner, it's very possible. We've been talking a lot about Boars right now, but there's still a big chance here for S2G. 10 points alone would put them ahead of Ida, for instance. Boars will drop down once again as those flushes do come through. Igor looking over towards Boars has a rough idea of the team over there. It's the team they need to take out.
But 4 Thrives are still just over the ridgeline. Boars have to go. They're going so
you're
slow.
wild. You're wild.
He's going for the spray. He's not got ammo. Blanky's out of ammo.
He's got nothing left.
1 bullet, and the Boars have thrown a lifeline in towards Sleepy. Go for the spray down. The first to fall, but there's still more left. Boars have one more chance, but the long-range angle. Aura shut them out. They're in 5th. They jump Ida. They jump Ida.
I cannot believe what we're seeing in this final match. The variance is absolutely wild here, and the atmosphere is electric.
Shots over towards Furia. Are they going to jump Ida too? They do, even though they're eliminated. There's placement points.
But S2G right now, Boars are not safe just yet.
With 9 points of a difference, S2G, 4 players alive, 4 teams remain. Only 1 elim. But they could be quiet as a mouse and still take this one.
Horror as 3 is the last lifeline here for Boars. They're on 12 elims this match. It is an insane result for the first place team to pull out on the last match of the day.
Kamikaze,
they need this point. They need this point.
Anything they can get would be just so brilliant. They need 9 points, Blank, so if they get 3 elims and 2nd place, that would do it.
Horror.
So draw level, actually. I don't know who wins the tiebreaker.
Horror now banking over towards S2G's western side. 4 Thrive staying as quiet as a mouse at the moment. Trying not to let anything slip. The nade's starting to flow over towards that top side. There will be a denial of a point from Alula.
Could be crucial. If S2G got that point instead, it could have changed everything.
S2G sort of need the first place. They can potentially do it with some elims as well in a second.
An AWM in hand as well for S2G as they get a well-timed package dropped from the heavens. No Fear has been pretty important for Horror. On this position, he is split. They are on a 2-1 against S2G's position.
Oh, the circle moves away. Horror can potentially wrap back down again. For S2G, this compound is so crucial, John.
The more points that Aura earn as well in this position, the fewer that S2G can. T24 able to face down Danger. And 4 Thrives are playing well into this last match as well.
He goes over the top. It's a good bouncer. It's a good air burst. Player is extremely low. Instantly looking for the heal through the smoke. It's a nasty headshot, but S2G are not getting involved.
They are really playing this one quiet, reluctant to go forwards. T24 now last to stand.
Oh my god, this is bad news for S2G.
They are not getting the points, but Blank, they are still 1 mark closer to pushing the boars out. And they find a knock. They find an elim. That's the second elim that they found, so they do need at least 2 more and a second place. They've managed to get it. They need elims. They need elims.
Right now, pretty much just the chicken dinner, right? You need to clear Horror here. But the center zone does not favor S2G, and Horror is hot as hell.
With No Fear getting pushed off the high ground though, they are waiting for it. The AWM trained on him, laser focused. Misses the first, misses the second as well. Still has quite a lot of ammo in the back pocket.
How does he get out though?
Yeah, how does No Fear get out? There's no vehicle there. It's going to rely on the other teammates moving in and causing a distraction. That's exactly what they're going to go for now. He goes for the shot, and he goes for it. The play zone takes down No Fear. Oh, that might be more than enough. The nade over the top. Otter still putting the cat amongst the pigeons. 1 goes down. 2 players now up and in their face. Low HP. They're trading off the aggro, and it's just Sky. S2G might have done it. They may have been able to do it. Closing the jaws. They snap tight, and S2G with the God tier run. The Miramar Maniacs do it again.
Incredible stuff. These guys brought their sunnies to Indonesia and made it happen in the final 2 matches. They swept the balls aside, and these guys must be tremendously upset. I cannot imagine having that run in La Cobreria only to go down now.
Goodness me, what a Miramar. So much volatility. Ida and Boars getting pushed out of the top 6. Ida getting pushed out of the top 6 on their own was kind of crazy. They were so high up on the tables, but they go down, and the Boars right on that cusp as well. Just getting pushed out by that chicken dinner.
Cameraman showing no mercy, by the way.
Oh,
that's
dear.
unbelievable.
Oh no, you can't be showing Alpha 7 right now. They have got to be feeling like trash.
For Alpha 7 to go out and then S2G to get in, that's an insane storyline. That is an insane storyline.
I don't think we've had as much tension, as much volatility, as much excitement in a single match as we've just had in that Miramar. What a way to close down the first day. If that doesn't tell you need to tune in for the next matches, I don't know what does. Let's head to the desk to see what on earth they can say about that.
We have just witnessed PUBG Mobile history, guys. The most shocking, awe-inspiring finish we have ever seen here. Nobody could have predicted this last game. The crowd went dead silent, erupted back and forth. What craziness did we just witness?
We just witnessed a team go from the bottom of the leaderboard to possibly, if I'm not mistaken, if my math might be right, going directly to the grand finals. We'll have to wait for confirmation to see if that's going to be the case for S2G. But what a turnaround, Max!
I mean, that's the volatility of a very short format. 6 games to make them count and maybe secure top 6 position in the finals. Or unfortunately, you might be in the bottom 2, which we know one team being in the bottom 2 was Alpha 7 from Mount Everest down to the Mariana Trench. They do get eliminated off PMGO Season 1 2026. Nobody saw that coming.
Not only just that, they also put themselves in what could possibly be Alpha 7 might not even qualify to PMWC, but we will have to wait and see what happens tomorrow with Loops Esports, and if they do make it to the finals, where they end up placing in the finals. There's a lot of stuff that has to go right for it to go wrong for Alpha 7. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case.
I'm bringing a calculator tomorrow, guys. This
We've got John.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we need to get this man to work here because this was just absolute insanity. I mean, we talked about off the rip here the dichotomy between S2G and Alpha 7, but I know you want to talk about something, Max.
I mean, Boars, one of the most insane step-ups this game. They had so much to play around. They went for a hot drop in Hacienda del Patron onto Pandem, one of the lobby leaders here in the group of death, and they win it outright, go into La Cobreria, dominate everyone over there, survive. They clash with Furia because they had no more bullets in the magazine. So many things lining up perfectly for them to actually try and push themselves back in top 6. It was a really, really good attempt, so Boars deserve a lot of respect for that game.
Oh, you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. They definitely did, man. But S2G, back-to-back chicken dinners.
And well-deserved for S2G, if that is the case.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought they were down and out, guys. We thought they were down and out.
They were in 15th place before our first Miramar. Before match 5, they were in 15th place. We weren't even talking about them. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, we just gave up completely on the S2G legacy here that they set themselves up for initially with Staccato winning PMGC years ago, 4 years ago. And we're like, okay, it's not happening here. But then they literally their first Miramar was a lot more impressive, and the step up, especially I think the team synergy, their defense against Hora, then the push onto Fura to the east. If we see this S2G in the finals, they could be looking to take home that trophy.
Oh my goodness, guys. I mean, what a way to end the group of death. I mean, straight up shocking news here, guys. I mean, this is gonna just have ripple effects, right, for so many different events. I can't believe it here. But you know what? We saw some crazy stuff here. You know, what other teams are you happy about watching here in this last game, Max?
Al-Ula a little bit. They got a good fight onto Alpha 7, and we didn't see really much from this team, and actually them taking down Alpha 7 secures their own position outside of the bottom 2, so hopefully that's going to give them a bit more confidence heading into the survival stage that they can do something and be in the top 4.
A bit harsh. I was a bit harsh on them. Not Alula. The team I'm going to talk about right now.
Okay.
4 Thrives. I was super harsh on 4 Thrives at the beginning of the day because they just weren't putting the performances that I expected out of them. And then in this case, in this last game, they put themselves into contention to possibly even try to qualify directly to Grand Finals. So it's actually good to see, and this is something I want to point out for 4 Thrives. It's good to see them being able to snap themselves